There we go, guys. Sorry about that. You should be able to hear me now. I don't think it's a DayZ thing. I think I've got different settings going for, I've got different settings going for the different, yeah, voice. There you go. I've got different settings going for my different, for my PS4, I set it up differently than I set up my PC, so that's why you're seeing things like that. Sorry about that. You know what it was is I had clicked on push to talk and left that on. So of course I wasn't pushing anything to talk, so you guys weren't going to hear anything I was saying. I really am sorry about that. I've been streaming for like an hour and I'm like, wow, there's nobody's asking me questions. I'm like, hey, what's going on, mob? I'm like, hey, what's happening, people? Why does nobody want to talk about DayZ? That explains it. It's because Rumpo is a jerk face that didn't set everything up properly. Rage, why don't you jump in here? Get in here, Rage. Oh, is that what I think it is? Nope. That sucks. How many people are in here? I was explaining to people I'm on a fairly empty server. I'm on a fairly empty server. Just because I just want to play and kind of gear up, and I'm not that good at it, so I'm not looking to like get into any PvP stuff right now because I'm terrible with a mouse and keyboard, which probably begs the question, why are you playing DayZ, Rumpo? Well, wow, that's a big wrench thingy. Well, I love DayZ. I love DayZ for a survival game, not for a PvP game. Still finishing up your first assignment. You should take a break and join me on DayZ. You know where I am. I'm in that new town right now. Take a break. Join me. I'm in the TeamSpeak, man. You can just jump right in here, and we can hang out for a little bit. We're gonna do this part for 4 hours. 4 hours. Yeah, Rage. I understand, man. Trust me. When I first started doing video game walkthroughs, I more than frequently could put in, no problem, a 16-hour day. No problem. Come on. I want that hat. Oh. Okay. How is that hat? That hat is pristine. We'll put it on for now. We'll put the hat on. We'll camo up. Mouse and keyboard, master peripherals. Yeah, I'm absolutely terrible with a mouse and keyboard. I'm not even afraid to say it. I just am. Just am. So we need to grab our axe and open. Eat all. Somebody's gonna walk in here and just shoot us right in the face. There's a couple people in here, but whatever. If they kill me, they kill me. I don't even care. Yeah, I'll probably be playing for another hour, Rage. Something like that, in that neighborhood. Alright, we're hydrated, energized. Let's eat more. I'm not done. Eat all. Let's have a drink of coffee here. I can't believe I was streaming for an hour. How are the audio volume? How's the volume of everything though? Is it too loud on any one thing or another? I turned up the game just a tiny bit, but I can turn it back down if it's too loud. Yeah, I should play Counter-Strike. You know what? I do, but playing Counter-Strike when you've never played Counter-Strike is intimidating. Like, people are just crazy good at it. That's the direction I came from. I think it's just a matter of practice. Like, it's not that... Oh, what's that? Sporter 22. Can I load my ammunition into this? Yeah, sure can. Sure can. Now we have a weapon. It's a horrible weapon, and it's probably not going to kill anybody, but we do have a weapon. Really? You're going to make me do that? Wow. Alright. Let's go into this place. Everything's good. Ah, I can't do sentences today. What do you mean? Not sure I follow. Is that a shot? Did you take a shot at me there? How are you doing today, Samurai? Thanks for stopping by. Mob, of course, as always, thanks for stopping by. I want to call you, what is that? A Musitron? Thank you for stopping by as well. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Taking time out to hang out and watch me play a video game horribly. Out of curiosity, what type of video games do you guys like watching people stream the most? Is it more about the game, or is it more about the streamer? Like, do you just do you tune in because you see somebody's playing a specific game, or do you tune into Shack because you're like, hey, I like Shack, you know, Shacknews. I want to watch them stream. I find them to be entertaining, that kind of thing. We're not going that way. Myself, I tend to... It's a combination of both, but it has more to do with the streamer for me, I think, than it does anything else. Like, I like watching particular people stream, or the way they play a game might be what makes me tune in. Yeah, I like Shack too. I honestly, I'm very new to Shack. I didn't really know much about it. I'd read the site, like, because I work with people who write on it, but I wasn't working with Shack before, and I really enjoy it. Like, I use it as one of my primary sources for video game information now. Oh, rage. You should see what I have, sir. You should see what I have. There it is. There it is. We're gonna... As cool as this is, actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save it. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. That's a nice jacket right there. Was watching originally watching people playing indie games, right? Rider's Jacket. Do I frequent the chatty? I'm getting into the chatty, Surgeon MD. I'm getting into it. Again, same thing. Up until like a few days ago, I didn't know anything about it. Someone mentioned chatty to me, and I was like, well, I got to go look into this. So I went to the website, obviously saw chatty, checked it out. I'm not there very often. I don't feel like I should just jump in and start, like, you know, mouthing off and things like that, which I wouldn't mouth off, but I do read it, like, and things like that, and I'm trying to understand. People seem very passionate about chatty, so I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to understand where that comes from. I talked to Army of Techno a little bit about that last night, but I think it's really cool. I like the fact that chatty is not crazy. Like, it just, I like... Oh, what kind of X is that? And potato. I like the fact that it's simple, you know? I don't like the fact that it's all messed up, but, like, I don't know. It doesn't have Facebook syndrome is probably the best way that I could describe that. It doesn't have Facebook syndrome. Which is to say that it doesn't, like, it's not all, like, completely crapped out. Like, it just seems like it's functional, and I love that. I love that about it. So far, I've noticed that people seem to be extremely passionate in there, and, you know, that's something that's hard to come by, and I think that's something that Shack has going for it, that they have extremely passionate readers, extremely passionate users and fans, so that's really, I think that's really awesome. Getting some email here. Wonder who it's from. Almost fell off the stairs. That would have pissed me off. What is that? No, we don't want that. What is that? Oh! Now I really don't want to die, because I actually have something that I want to keep. So there's that. I need to find a Mosin so badly right now. Sometimes there's one on the roof here. I have this condition that we should all keep in mind for future reference. It's called like watery live stream eye or something. That's what I'm calling it, because every time I live stream, my eye waters like. Are you kidding me? I looked for this for so long, and now I find two. Yeah, I can't get up. I can't get up there. There's a way to get up there. I'm not privy to that information. Got to be careful in there. You know what, Mob? I've seen that. That's the first thing that I noticed is that I think with Shack, what I've noticed is that the people who read it and the people who comment and the people who interact, they know their stuff. They're not like somebody they're not casual readers for the most part. They are the people that are chatting are informed on a lot of things, and they're passionate. And you know what, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to get their respect, but don't go in there and start saying that something you aren't sure about is the truth. You know what I mean? Like, they'll call you if you're kind of full of it. And as much as that people find that annoying, it's actually a good thing, because I do some writing for a different website. I don't write for Shack. I do some writing for a different website, and it's more casual. But at Shack, that atmosphere, it keeps you honest, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It keeps you honest. It makes you say, hey, I gotta be better. Gray jeans. Pristine. You're gonna have to take those. Okay, we gotta do some inventory work here. Move that there. Move that there. He's looking better. Look at that. He's looking better. Oh, you know what, though? He's looking better, but he cannot... This hat just doesn't work. Here, we'll leave the hat in the pants for somebody. That's better. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. What else? Well, there's a community that has been around for like 15 plus years, so there are people who have been there most of their life. Yeah, and that's what I understood. See, that's the thing. When I first joined Shack, I didn't know the history of Shack and that it was a Quake news site and things like that. And now that I do, oh my. Rage, there's a pristine black wool coat here, buddy. You should probably just get in here as quickly as you can. Pristine black wool coat. We're all about the black gear in DayZ. Need higher refresh rate monitors. What do you mean? Myself, I'll tell you right now, Samurai, I'm a newer PC gamer. I game on everything, and so I'm not familiar with a lot of things like that. I mean, I'm kind of familiar, but to say that I knew everything that I was talking about would be a lie. I don't. So, are you talking about my monitor? I imagine that's what you're referring to. Not being able to edit or delete posts is the best part of chatty. You're stuck with your post for 18 hours if you say something stupid. You know what? I can appreciate that. I really can. Because I think there's really, you can't go in here? I think that the internet is missing accountability a lot of times. And wait. Okay, that's fine. It's often missing accountability. There's another rider's jacket here, Rage. I want that though. And that is a way of keeping people accountable. So oh, get rid of teary eye. But you know what? It only happens. Well, I guess that still makes sense. I was gonna say it only happens with DayZ. It doesn't happen. It doesn't even happen with other games. So, or not. But it does happen when I game. But, sorry, it happens when I live stream. It doesn't happen when I game on the same monitor. So I'm not sure if that's something or not. Wait, where are we at here? Okay. Come on. Drink a bunch of water. Oh, Rage isn't coming. Not being... Okay, I like that. Pete agreed. I would rather have the posters be thoughtful as possible. Yeah, I agree, Serge, and that is kind of cool. I'm okay with that. I would say, and I think the people in Chatty know this, and it's no disrespect at all. It really isn't. I'm fascinated by Chatty, and I don't want to just dive in there and start posting. I feel like it deserves enough respect that I should get to understand more about it before I walk in there. Like, when I go into somebody's house for the first time, I don't just open their fridge and start drinking, drinking their stuff. I think that it deserves me to kind of like just sit back and kind of get an idea of it, get an idea of what the community's like, get a tone for what people are like in the Chatty, and then just slowly kind of gradually make it a home out of it instead of just walking in there, because I think that would be something that would probably upset people. Is you don't want people who are brand new to come somewhere where you've been for like 15 years and start throwing their weight around. That's disrespectful. So that's why I do check out Chatty every day. I always check it out at the articles. Like, I go to the articles first, and then I check out Chatty and the comments on the articles and things like that. So that's what I do. Yeah, I agree, Pete. You definitely do. You definitely do run into clicky stuff no matter where you are, especially on the internet. My biggest pet peeve about the internet is lack of accountability. That is my biggest pet peeve. And I mean, even though you can't delete your post on Chatty, there's a lot of ways. I mean, myself, I don't really hide my identity online, but if you want to, you can hide your identity quite a lot. There's always someone out there smarter who's going to be able to, figure it out. But, for the most part, you read comment sections on videos of anything or anywhere, and people are always... They're always being trolls and things like that, just for not even to be helpful, just to be trolls, and there's no accountability for that. They would, the things that some people have said to me and probably everybody else in this room online, they would never say to your face, and that is probably my biggest pet peeve in all of life. Right there, is that people will say things to you and act a certain way, but if you lock them in a room, like, I'm not a small guy, if you lock someone who talks that way in a room with me, there's gonna be an interesting discussion about that. Oh, we definitely want that. So we got 2 pieces of rope. We'll get rid of 1. We need that knife, though. We'll move the Mosin compensator there. Is this knife pristine? No, it's worn. Doesn't matter. I'll still use it. Compass. I need that compass somehow. Why won't you give it to me? There we go. Took the compass. Worn. Alright. Not horrible. It's a zombie apocalypse. The reason that you're not seeing zombies in this part of town, just in case you're wondering, is because it's a brand new town in this game, and I think they just haven't coded in the zombies yet. Like, the sign outside of this town just says under construction. It doesn't even have the name of the town. That better open. Okay. Let me just step inside here real quick so I can catch up on chat again. It is rather cowardly. It really is. Something I've always wanted to do, and I've never done it. Like, I was a much more... Oh, we found nice pristine glasses. I was a much more jerky person as a young lad. And that is to say... Wait. Thought I heard something. There's only 3 people here. I was a much more jerky person as a guy in my 20s. Now that I'm a guy in my 30s, I've calmed down. I used to be sucked into online drama, like on Twitter, on message boards and things like that very, very easily. You know what I mean? Like, very simple. Something would upset me and I would just be like, bleh. How can I take it? Can I do anything with it? Tear it into rags, I guess. I don't know. So I used to, like, someone would say something controversial on Twitter or a message board, and I would have to respond. You know, like, it made me mad, and I would have to. My opinion had to be heard, and all this other junk. And I don't do that anymore. I actually stopped following a lot of people in the Battlefield community. Not official people, but people that are like YouTubers and live streamers. So I'm just reading the chat here. YouTubers and live streamers, because when Battlefield 4 released, it got a lot of negativity, and I'm not saying that wasn't warranted, but it's like, at one point I just wanted to say, stop complaining and just don't play it. If you don't like it, don't play it. But they were attacking developers and things like that, and they would start saying things and smack talking developers, and I would just start, you know, getting into the middle of it, and that kind of stuff I just realized very quickly, it doesn't help anything. So rather than get into that stuff, I just stopped following those people. You know, I just let people have their opinions and say what they want to say, and I don't really bother trying to change their mind. I will play DayZ on PS4. I don't know if I'll like it though, Samurai. I'll have to see how it goes. The problem is the development cycle for DayZ. It's been in alpha since December of last year, and now we're in September, and it's still the way it is. Still so many bugs, still so much to do. Like, they just, in a patch that's currently in experimental but is going into stable in the next few days, I think, they have just fixed zombies from glitching through walls. So we're talking 10 months in alpha, and they just managed to tell zombies, you can't go through that wall or door, you have to go through an opening. That's amazing to me. So the development cycle for the PS4, we're going to have that game like on the PS5 basically. If it ever releases, I can answer this. Yeah, he knows exactly what I'm saying. So, but what about you guys? Are you guys frequenting Chatty? Is that where you've sort of like made your home for the last little while? Because I'm trying to get to know people. I know a lot of chatty people will come and hang out in the stream, and I need to get to know those people, and just sort of, I just want to sort of ease my way into the community and not be a jerk or be disrespectful about it and things like that. So that's all. And as for live streaming, I'm brand new to that. Not a home, but I post there. I will post there as well. I just don't. Again, I don't want to be. I don't want to be a bull in a china shop. You know what I'm saying? I just want to. I want to read it and get an idea. Like, oh, cool, that's what this is about. You know, that's sort of where I'm at. Sorry, we're doing serious discussion day with Rumpo here, and we're just looting. There's probably not going to be any action. I mean, unless someone shoots me in the back, then that's. And if that happens, it's not going to be action. You're just going to see the screen say "You are dead." And that's all. That's all it does, literally. There's no animation or anything. Your screen goes black and you're dead, and you have no idea how it happened. Look at that zucchini. Let's just crush that whole zucchini right there. Thanks, Mob. It's a work in progress. Look at this though. So I want to talk about my audio situation. You can see it in the corner. I've got the Yeti Pro, which is for Blue microphones, and I've got the Pop, which is also for Blue microphones. Strangely enough, this would be a fantastic thing to sick the chatty people on Blue microphones. The Pop, which is made for Blue microphones, does not fit on the Blue microphone, the Blue Yeti. What? And it cost me, I don't even know. I couldn't recall. The microphone itself is like $250, $300. I don't know how much the Pop was. But I had to find on their website, they linked to a YouTube video where a guy showed you how to jimmy this together. They showed, like, the official company that makes the Blue Yeti had to link to some average guy's YouTube video about how to attach their product to their product, which is messed up. But okay, whatever, I got over that. So I needed to, because my microphone is on my desk here, you can see I'm turning my head like this a lot, and it's some people ask about it, but more than anything, it's just like my monitor is kind of like it's like this. So it's out of the way, and it's hard on my neck. That's because my microphone sits on my desk, and I kind of store it between my two monitors. If I have a mic arm, but I bought this, which is the shock, not the pop. It's the shock, and you screw this end of it here onto your mic arm, which is my mic arm is right up here. You can't really see it. There, you can kind of see it. Of course, this does not fit on the mic arm that I have. So now I have to go buy another mic arm, and I had to look it up and find out which one would fit, and I talked to people that have the same setup as me. And not to mention, look at the size of this. It's like the size of my head. Well, I have a big head, so not quite, but it's huge, man. I have to go buy another mic arm now. And the one I need is like $120. Come on. So 300, like 100 for this. That's 400 plus the pop. By the time I get the mic arm, like it's gonna be like $500 just to get all this crap done. You discovered the same thing, Musitron. You did, didn't you? The pop. It doesn't work. It doesn't work on there. Yeah, that's what I found. That's what I found. Not taking so seriously. There's no need to please everyone. Yeah. What is this? I'm just trying to catch up here. Yeah, I did. I knew that, Surgeon. I knew that about the website, that was the basis of it. And I know, I can tell you this, like, just talking to people at Shack, chatty is very important to them because it is very important to you. And I think it's really cool, personally. I just really think it is. Hopefully I will start frequenting on chatty very soon. I do get in the comments a little bit of actual videos, but are those nicer jeans than mine? Blue dark jean, pristine. If you've never played DayZ, you can see gear has, like, my gear is pristine right there. I think my hat's not. Yeah, my hat says badly damaged, and you can actually see on top of my hat that it looks a little messed up. If you look at the top of my head, it looks a little bit messed up. And that's because it's damaged. So I'm what people like to call a pristine whore in this game. That I will drop something that's not pristine for something that isn't. Doesn't matter what it is. Like, I have to have pristine gear. It's what I want. I think that just because it's a zombie apocalypse doesn't give you an excuse to not look good. You know, you should look good at all times. As I live stream and look like crap. But that's okay. I'm a dude, man. I can live vicariously through my DayZ character. Oh, okay, there's no door there. There's a glitch right now. Look at that. See that door open? Look at that. Watch this. Now watch. Door closed. Way to go, Bohemia. You're allowing me to open and close the door on a different level. Took me a while to figure that out. I was like, why is this not opening? I just got myself lost again. How many people are around here? Well, there's definitely more. Not a lot, but more. I want to check that railway station really good. Why so serious? Thanks, Samurai. You know what? I think I spend a lot of time watching Twitch recently, and honestly I watch a lot of people that play DayZ on Twitch. I really do. I love this game and I find it fascinating. I wrote an article not for chat or not for Shacknews, but I wrote an article about the best top 5 zombie apocalypse games of all time. That's what I needed. Okay. What can I drop? Get rid of that. Nope, I need to drop something else too. Get rid of that. Are you kidding me? Come on. Alright, we're out of here in a second. If somebody rolls up on me right now, they're going to absolutely murder me because I am just not, like, my head's not in the PvP game. I have my gun on my back. Even if I had my gun off my back, I'm a terrible shot and I suck with the mouse and keyboard, so I would get just murked. And that's cool, except I really, really like my jacket right now, and I'd be pissed off. Like, if they could be like, let me kill you, but you can keep the jacket. I'll just leave it here, and you can come back and get it. I'll be like, okay, we're fine. You can kill me. As long as I can keep the jacket. As long as you don't mess up my jacket. We're good. Let me just take a peek behind me here. Highly doubt we're going to see anybody around here. I think Twitch is... I'm really excited about Shacknews on Twitch because it has this community feel to it. Like, and I'm not trying to say it has this this chatty community feel. At least yet, I know that that's kind of the goal. That it's, you know, it's something that everyone in Shacknews is proud of. Whether it's a viewer, a reader, a user of chatty, whatever, everybody wants to be proud of it. But I'm really excited about it. I really am. So, there is none, Amusatron. There's absolutely none. That's the thing. You can do whatever you want to do. This game is about creating your own adventure. So, right now I don't have anybody to play with, but you get 40 people on a server, and the server's 235 kilometers, and you can work together. You can go hunting. You can build. You know what? We're gonna do something here. Let's see. Where is? I think it's number 2. The animation's a little bit screwy. Okay. So we chop down that tree. Split into thirds. So what I'm going to do now... Is that a pristine burlap? It's worn. Okay. For now, this is going to have to do. Yeah, it really does. It really does allow them to live with their homicidal fantasies. I'm kind of considering not making this backpack, but I think I might. Okay, so you need this makes that, this makes that. There's a lot of crafting in this game. This is badly damaged. Drop it on the ground. We're going to leave that right there. I'm going to leave that right there. That right there. There's honestly a method to your madness when you're doing this. When you're putting things into your backpack, there is a method to this. If you things get destroyed in a certain order, so I've got 2 of these, so I'm not going to take that one. Things get destroyed in a certain order. That's all I can really say. So if I get shot, then you want to have things that you don't want destroyed to be in the bottom of your backpack, because the things in the top of your backpack get destroyed much quicker if you get shot. Oh, I need those for sure. I need those. Empty. Where'd I put them? Where'd they go? Would it combine them? I don't know. Matches, I need those, so we're gonna have to leave that. There we go. Okay. Everything else is good, it looks like. So now look at that backpack. That thing's badass. You said, oh hey, that's the thing I needed, which would imply you're working towards something. What did I say that I needed? It might have been a scope. Oh, no. It was the burlap sack. Okay, I needed it because I wanted to make this cool backpack that I have. It's called an improvised backpack with rope and sticks. Instead of having, like, the generic ones that you just pick up. CA Musitron, anyways, that's why. I just wanted to use this particular backpack, and I needed a burlap sack to do that. So that's why I did it. There should be more. More sticks. Okay. What I can do I was gonna say I could show you guys something else about this game. Let's do that. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up to the train station real quick here. If I can spot it. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. You have a fantastic day. I don't think I went in that house. Bye now for reals. I'm gonna eat some food. You want this to say healthy up here? So I'm going to eat. And once this is good. This is good. This light green is good. This needs to go light green, and then it'll say I'm healthy, and then I'll be happy. That's what I'm looking for. Anybody in the chat play DayZ, or do you PC game? If you have, is this something you think you'd actually enjoy? I'm gonna keep eating. I'm gonna keep eating until that changes. I don't even care. Eat it all. Come on. Was that sardines? Yeah, I think so. What's going on, Survival Land? How are you today? Yeah, do you play a lot? You're not a stream sniper, are you, Survival? Not like I care. I mean, if you were gonna stream snipe somebody, I would be the last guy that would be worth it. But yeah, you just play DayZ. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Surgeon. I never played any of the mods at all. I only played the standalone. It is a type. It can be fun, Samurai, with one person. But you need more player interaction for that, and the thing is like, I don't enjoy that part of it, because when I find other players, I'm a terrible shot, and I'm just trying to get better. I should probably just run into other players and just continuously get killed until I get better, but I don't... I like the survival aspect of DayZ, but I have a lot more fun on it when I'm playing... I have a lot more fun when I'm playing with friends. Even if we do player versus player stuff, it's a lot more entertaining for me when I'm with people. So these railroad tracks take us. How many hours you got, Survival? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It is a little bit laggy today. I think that's DayZ, to be honest with you, Survival, because I've been streaming all week and I haven't had any lag issues with any other video games. The tents are there now, Pete. There's not a lot of them, but they are there, and there's persistent loot, so that's kind of changing. I think I don't even want vehicles in DayZ. I'd like bicycles, maybe. You know, something that's not like overpowered. How are we doing here? Nah, not too many people. Only 4 people. Yeah, I'm not playing with a lot of people. Hey, what do you think, Samurai? See, what I've heard people say is that the PS4 version, there's a lot of player versus player in the PC version, but they're saying that in the 610 hours, I'm probably at like 50, 60, 70 or something like that. Not that many. Not that many. But they're saying that there's a good probability that the PS4 version is going to be even worse player versus player than the PC, and I think I agree with that. I personally will feel more comfortable. I know that there's like Shacknews is built on, not built on, but it has like a very hardcore PC gaming crew, And for everybody, we got 24 people watching here. We really appreciate it. Please, please click the follow button here for us. That would really that would make our day. We would appreciate it. If you didn't know, if you're not familiar with us, we will be live streaming often. We stream 3 or 4 times a day, and sometimes at night. Like, there's morning shows, afternoon shows, there's evening shows. I did late night last night, so there's going to be so many people streaming, so much content, so many different games, that you definitely, please click that follow button if you're new to the stream. Also, you know, you can hit us up on at Shacknews on Twitter, or shacknews.com, the website for news and things like that. But sorry, I just wanted to, we just had a spike in viewers there real quick. So 610 hours, man, survival. That's no joke. That's no joke. That's pretty good. I'm impressed with that, dude. I really am. The thing about the vehicles is that give you something to do. You have to hunt down tires, engine parts, fuel parts. It was kind of like a group goal and a big deal. Yeah, you know what? I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Mob, I think they're doing that, man, because I just got an email before I started streaming. I didn't have time to reply to it. I'm going to do it as soon as I'm done. I think that the schedule is being worked on right now, because I was asked for what games I want to play next week. So I stream Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And I try to follow the theme that everybody's going with. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But I know that's happening, Mob, for sure. It's more... I think September is like a trial run for us, you know what I mean? We're trying a bunch of different things in the stream, and we're trying to see what people like, what they don't like, and then trying to like really hone in the experience for people for that, you know. And it's like our preseason, if that makes any sense. And then once October hits, hopefully we'll be full speed ahead. Yeah, you know what? I've also noticed that sometimes part of it is because I think people don't really know me, but the other part of it is between 3 and 5 p.m. people are kind of like, they're shutting it down, you know? They're like, and they may want to watch live streams, I don't know, but a lot of people that in the community and a lot of the people I work with are like, well, we're going home. So I'm sitting here like, I'm streaming, guys, what's going on? I know exactly what you mean, survival. Oh, that's where I need to turn. I know exactly what you mean, dude. I started today as a fresh spawn with absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's because the last time I played this game, I was in Berezino. I went there with a few friends. In fairness, we know that, like, survival, you know that they're resetting characters in the next couple of days, right? Like, as soon as they go stable with 0.49. They're resetting characters, so that's not the road I want. So we kind of thought, well, since they're resetting all the characters, we might as well just go get ourselves killed. Like, who cares? Whatever. Just get killed. So we went into Berezino, and I gave away my Mosin. I had a Magnum, that was it, and I got myself killed pretty quickly. But there's so many hackers, and that's the thing, survival. I'm not a huge fan of... Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's a bush. I thought I spotted a wild boar. It's a bush. Way to go, Rumpo. That's a deer, though. Look at that. There you go. There you go. Let's do some hunting. Let's do some hunting to finish the stream. Are they going to introduce Rust-like based building mechanics? I think they are going to do that. But something else to keep in mind, Searching, is if you're really looking for a game that's going to do a lot more crafting... H1Z1 looks like it might have that going. I didn't give away your Mosin. Yeah, actually I did. Sorry, I gave it to Snoov. Because Snoov's a better shot than I am anyway. So I was like, well, I'll give the Mosin to Snoov. Fuel cancel. Fuel locations were dangerous. Yeah, that's kind of cool, Pete. Hey, Survival, have you been a part of the situation yet where you're on a server and it just gets completely reset? I lost a character that I had alive for probably 7 days doing that, man. No joke. About 7 days. I hope so too, Survival. You know what? If you ever want to play some DayZ or show me the ropes, I would be more than happy to do that. I'd be more than happy. I'm always looking for people to game with. I can't promise I'm going to play DayZ as much as you are, because I won't. I have to play other games for work and whatnot. But I'm always looking for people that are available to play DayZ. So if you're interested, man, you can just you can let me know. You just send a message or something, or you can message me on Twitter and tell me what you're seeing. 7 Days to Die isn't a bad zombie either. Yeah, I heard about that. Snoof. I gave it to Snoof, and Snoof killed a bunch of people. I think there's a video of this, Rage. You should look. Yeah, I wonder if H1 doesn't want to make DayZ obsolete. I don't think so, Surgeon. I think it's a completely different crowd. Man, I really do. Here's a question. Do I actually... Yeah, I do. Okay. Ba-bum. 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 Alright. I'm hunting. See how you can hear how I'm breathing heavy, and that affects the sway. Oh, he's gonna walk right into me. Really? There he goes. What, took 5 shots? Well, this is the worst gun in history, man. Okay. So what we want to do is throw that down there. Is that number 5 on the hotbar? Yeah, let's do it. Let's cut that deer up. Problem is there's a dude who is going to fly over my head and follow me wherever I go. When I turn behind me, he's just going to shoot me in the face because he's a guy who just randomly teleports, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. You know what, Samurai? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's not that I don't want to do that or anything. It's just that I'm, I got to figure out how. Look at all that steak I got. Look at that steak. Okay. We're going to go somewhere else. I want to show you guys something real quick before the stream ends here. I got like 7 minutes, so it should be enough time. I'm just going to go over here. I want to show you guys, wow, you know what, Rage? Don't even, I didn't miss him. I got desynced, bro. I got desynced. That's what it is. So are you guys looking for that camera to be larger? Because I can make that larger if you want. I didn't know if you did or not. Someone mentioned that it might be small, so... I gotta remember how to do this. Oh, I need to split into thirds. Okay. Get rid of this crap. I don't need that. Let's put the sticks right there. Close that. Alright. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate and make sure that I do this correctly, because I honestly sometimes just forget. So, alright, so that... How do I do this? This has to be... That is craft fireplace kit, which is now on the ground. How can I move that? I guess I can't. Put that there. There's a fireplace kit. There we go. There we go. That last one got it in the eye. I think it got it in the wrong eye, though. Man, you could add me on Steam profile. You know, honestly, man, you're the first person that's asked me to add them for DayZ, so don't worry about it. Yeah, you know what, Survival? I definitely will, man. I definitely will. You seem like a cool guy. I look for people to play this game that are cool people. Oh, you're going to be a jerk about it, aren't you? Okay, there you go. That's all I want, man. I mean, I just look for cool experiences. If you've ever heard of Blackout, you know, he's one of the guys that I watch play this game myself, so... Let's hope nobody rolls up on us. This will be coming up on the end of the stream. DayZ, cover your text on the left side screen with camera 2. Don't ever show your IP address at the switching servers every single time. Three people don't, because they can track. Yeah, you know what? I've learned all of that. I've learned all of that watching Mr. Blackout Survival. That's why the camera is where it is. I didn't think I'd have a big problem with it. I have an overlay that covers that and puts my camera in the bottom right. But, or actually, sorry, it puts it in the bottom left, but there's an overlay that kind of like covers that part of the screen a little better, and I didn't do that. Rage, I don't want to add you. I don't like you, man. So as you can see, we've crafted a fireplace, and, you know, we're cooking some steaks. What's sit down? I can't ever remember. F3? Yeah, F3. Okay. So we're cooking some steaks here. You know, this is actually why I love this game, man. This is because you can do this. This is fun to me. Not just sitting out here by yourself, but you get like a few guys together, you loot up, you know, you can go do a little bit, you run into somebody, you can interact, whether that's, you know, talking to them, killing them, whatever, or you can, what you want to call it? You can just go hunting or something like that. Fishing. Survival, do you use Twitter survival? Because if you use Twitter, that's the best place. Like, if you just come hit me up on Twitter, then I can exchange information with you, you know. Oh, I burnt that one, I think. That one's done. I burnt a bunch of them. Yeah, I burnt a bunch of them. Wow, I can't believe I did that. They cooked so fast. They never cook that fast. That's crazy. But there you go. That's what you do, is you kill the deer, cut the deer up, you get the steaks, you throw the steaks on the or on the fireplace, you build the fireplace, you sit next to there, just chilling. I still got matches in my hand. Just chilling by the fireplace, and then the steak goes in your inventory and you can eat it, so. So what do you do with DayZ Survivalist? Are you more into the player versus player, or let's just eat this? Or do you just, Let's KOH. Okay, Survivalist. Well, I'll tell you what, man. My name on Steam, and I don't care to tell you this because I'm about to log off anyway. Well, actually, you know what? I won't say it right now. But if you look at the top of the chat, I think it says, like, at RumpoPlays. Sorry, at the top of the window. That's my Twitter, so if you just pop on there for a moment and send me a message and just tell me who you are, give me a follow, I'll send you a direct message with my Steam name, and then if you want to add me, you can, or I'll try to keep yours in the chat here, and I'll do it in a few minutes or something, but yeah, so anyways, the fire didn't work out that well, because we ended up getting murdered. Yeah, actually, the camera is covering up most of the notifications in the bottom left there, Survival. It's covering most of them, so. That's probably why I wouldn't last in the zombie apocalypse, is because there's no coffee. I thought there was a way to do that, but I think you can just... There, that puts the fire out. Just drag the log off, so. Alright, guys. Well, you know what? I'm actually really, really close to the Northwest Airfield right now. Like, dangerously close, that I probably should have been more careful firing off that pea shooter for a gun. So we're getting pretty much at the end of the stream right here. So I'm going to wrap up the stream right now. I don't know who's coming on after. I don't know if anyone's coming on here at 5 o'clock, or usually, Cat Gun, Mystic Gun, I believe is her Twitter handle. Oh, cool. She is usually here about 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and I don't know what she'll stream. She's been doing some Destiny. Sometimes she does Dance Central, things like that. She's a really great streamer, really great lady, and, you know, just fantastic to hang out with and chat with. So If you're looking for more content from us today, you can definitely check out around 9 o'clock. You should see Kat, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I think so. And then we're going to try to get a schedule together so you'll know when we're going to be around. But I am going to wrap it up. I will be logging off, but before I even do that, I'm going to stop the stream here. So let's just see what we got. There we go. Stream is lagging for me while you're speaking. Something is a skip, but anyway, I saw that you speak a Twitter message. Yeah, don't worry, Survival. I'll take care of it, man. I've got your name's up at the top there. I'll take care of it, dude. I'll take care of it. I'll add you up. No worries. And guys, I might do a little bit of streaming over the weekend for Shack, but I couldn't tell you when that'll be or if for sure it'll happen. But I will definitely be back next week, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. But you should be tuned in. If you're just sitting around at the office or at home or whatever, you should be tuned in anytime. We do morning shows, afternoon shows, and everything else. So if you haven't clicked that follow button on Twitch, please do. We really appreciate it. And I will see everybody on Monday. If not sooner, I might see you sooner. Maybe we'll grind some Destiny later tonight. But take care, and thank you so much for watching.